Okay, folks, welcome back. There has been a few days elapsed since our last visit, and I've had time to think about it. Let's see, the last time I recorded was Friday, so that would be 3 days ago. Today is Monday. On Saturday, I took the day off from this because it needed more cure time anyway. With the inconsistent temperatures in the shop, I wanted it to get a lot more hardened up before I went on. So Saturday I spent the day cutting mushroom logs, and in about an hour that client will show up to pick up their logs. Yesterday I did a little more work on this, but I didn't record it. Really go through a lot doing the minimal joining of segments together, put this together, and I came to the realization that if I shoot everything I do on this table, it's gonna be even if I don't cover everything, just show you the basics and then shut the camera off and finish up, it's still gonna be dozens and dozens of hours long, and nobody wants to watch that. So I've been rethinking. Plus, the video, I will admit, is a distraction, which is why I'm standing here talking and not talking and doing at the same time. It's very difficult to focus on what I'm doing and still think about the consistency of what I'm saying and showing you. So I can't really do that. That's why yesterday when I did you can just see down here, the shot glass shelf, when I did that, I did it without the camera. And as it turned out, I was 2 hours on that. The shot glass shelf went easy. That took about, maybe 10 minutes to get that all poured in. I got a couple of little holidays here and there that I got to fix, but that's no big deal and expected. But where the lake comes out, I worked on the dye part. I took some of my epoxy and I mixed it and I dyed it to match the watercolor, so to speak, and then tried to do a vertical and get that dye to take. 2 hours I spent reapplying that epoxy, trying to get it to where it was so thick that it wouldn't flow all the way off. And after 2 hours, I kind of said, well, that's going to be what that's going to be, and realized it ain't working. So that's the problem when you do these oddball things. You have to come up with a new way to do stuff because it's generally stuff you haven't done before, hence the term oddball. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take this bar top and I'm going to have to stand it up on edge with the edge that is closest to me straight up in the air, which also means cocking it at an angle because that edge is not square to the center line of the table. So that's going to be kind of complicated and a little dicey to do it alone. I don't know what this weighs, but I'm guessing it's somewhere in the 150-pound range or thereabouts, which is a little awkward for me to handle alone and not get it banged up. So there's going to be a couple steps. It's not going to be pretty, but hopefully I won't do any damage. So that's where we are, and I just want to explain why I'm not going to do every little detail on the videos. I will catch you up, and right now I'm just going to walk you through what I did on Saturday so you can see it up close, and we'll cut this off and I'll join it to the next one when I get this table upright, which could take me half an hour monkeying around, trying not to damage it, padding everything up, whatnot. So let me come get the camera and disconnect my high-class rubber band connection to the tripod. Oh, it's caught. Hang on. There we go. Okay. You with me? Good. Okay, so I haven't blown this off yet, so you can maybe see the dust, but what's going on here is I poured this whole shelf is all poured now. I had to retouch the top edge because I had a little drippage and goober from it, so I resanded the whole thing out, and now it looks pretty nice. I've got a spot right there. Nope, that one's not bad. There's one right there. and another one down here. I'm going to fix those up and a subsequent pour. So that all came out nice. And my inside shelf is nice now, and my corner is nice. So all that looks pretty good. Now here's where I spent all my time. There's a chair right there, and there's the piece I was working on. Oh, and let me show you what I did here. I already threw it out, but I put this on the floor as a drip cup and located it so that when it dripped off of here, it went straight down and fell in the cup. And then I could pick the cup up and reapply it, and it was clean and still properly colored. So in my sitting position here, I'm sorry, I hesitated, hit the wrong button. And here is the waterfall section I was working on. And I know the lighting isn't that good on this side because the sun's in our eyes here, but and you can see a hardened drip down here or two, maybe. But this, although it looks good on camera, or might look good on camera, just to give the effect of the water running over the edge, it's not good enough for me. Right in here, it's very light, and it's a little light over here, and there's a light spot there, and I don't like it. It's not what I want to end up with, so I'm gonna do more work on it. But if I get this surface to lay flat like this and level this way, then I should be able to get that coloring in there just the way I want it. Because the actual dye that I put in the epoxy, if you can see this, can you see color? Yeah, I think you can. That coloring came out nice. Now, of course, this is hard as a rock right now. That's why I pulled it out of the garbage can. It's not good for anything. By the way, these little shot glass Jello shot cups, or whatever they call them, are great for small amounts of epoxy. And I go through a couple dozen of them every year or so, maybe 3, 4, 5 dozen, depending on what I'm making. And obviously the little scrap of cardboard, that's disposable too. So anyway, that's where I am, and we're gonna flip this thing up and take another look at it, and hopefully I can keep my videos shorter, so as not to bore you to tears, because my video quality is horrendous, my speaking abilities are poor, and I don't do the fanciest work in the world anyway, so I'm just doing this so that I have a record of it, that's all. See you later. Okay, thought I'd give you folks a different perspective here. I gotta do this quick, so I can't pay too much attention to the camera. Don't even know if you can see me, don't care, you're not missing anything. I have 2 cups here, the blue and the clear. I re-leveled it just a little bit to make me more comfortable. I'm gonna put this blue stuff on, and I'm just pulling it out with the stick and spreading it a little bit with the stick. I have my client coming over in a few minutes. While I was doing that last little clip, you guys can't hear it, because I don't want to get in trouble with the YouTube cops, but my radio station is playing in the background, so shout out to WKZE over in Red Hook, New York. While it was playing and I was talking and recording, they played a cover of a John Sebastian tune that I haven't heard in a while. And as it happens, John and his wife Catherine are neighbors, sort of. They live about 5 miles due north of here, maybe a little less. So that came on, made me think of John. John and Catherine just celebrated their 51st wedding anniversary. And they're both pretty cool people. Catherine's an outstanding artist with a great eye for color. They have some animals they love, and I enjoy learning about those. And John just had his birthday, the same day. So happy birthday, John. Thanks for all the great music and stuff still coming. Hope I see you at the Ruthy show in October. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, ho, 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 ho. That is gorgeous. So, jumping right over. So anyway, shout out to those folks. I have a client company, got mushroom logs. I think I mentioned that earlier. And he could be here any minute. So not only am I trying to get this on before it, let me cheat a little bit. Just happen to have a brush. I got a hair sticking out. I hate when that happens. There we go. So Rich will be here in a little bit, and I want to make sure that I'm done to help him load logs and count, get him set up for the next growing season. And then, right after that tune was on, even more distracting while I was still recording, tune came on by the Mammals, Culture Wars, which are other neighbors of mine. They live less than a mile through the woods right behind me. It's actually a mile by road from the end of my driveway to the end of their driveway. And that tune was recorded at their house in their home studio, which is Humble Abode Studios if you're a recording artist and you're looking for a nice quiet place with a great engineer to make some good music and get it on some kind of permanent recording, memory device. Whoops, dropped the drip. Anyway, oh, this is looking good, folks. I'll have to get that camera down and show you when I get done here. So shout out to Mike and Ruthy, who ironically are also mushroom log clients, and I've done a little TSI, timber stand improvement work on their property, and they're good friends, neighbors, and they're headed out on tour to Scotland in just another week or two here. So if you get a chance to catch them over there, jump right in. It occurred to me the other day, I put in shout outs to a lot of people in these videos so that I can talk while I work. And I never mentioned, if you guys want to see some of my stuff, just go to woodsmanforestproducts.com, all one word, https woodsman, that's WOODSMAN, forest, FOREST, products, common spelling, come on, and .com, and I have some of the items that I have for sale. I have stuff about the other kinds of work I do. Oh, this is gonna look marvelous. This, by the way, was a 1 ounce pour, and then I split it and did about a third of it in blue, and the rest is clear. And I can lay this clear stuff right on top of the blue stuff. This is gonna look slick. Nice. I got a little bit of thin spots here and there from the character of the wood. Problem when you work with wood that has character, I should tell you, I never mentioned it, but this particular piece of wood, when I brought it home, was going to be firewood. And then I thought, just for the heck of it, I was trying out some new blades on my sawmill. I'll throw this one up as a junker and see how these new blades cut. And when I opened it, I said, I think I'm taking some slabs out of this. So some of it became firewood, the rest became slabs. And I have the other nice slab that came off of it out in the yard. So I'm not going to belabor this. Doing good here time-wise. This looks beautiful. I want to give you a peek. So anyway, oh, jeepers, turn the cup upside down. Tom, why don't you? Caught it. Anyway, if you go to my website, there's stuff on my Small Property Consulting. And I gotta climb the ladder to get this camera down. Okay, I don't know if you can see me or not, I'm guessing. But once again, I screwed up with this stupid camera video thing. I had set you up here so you could watch me do the whole thing. And camera beeped like it was recording, but when I came back, it quit. So I'm just gonna show you what I did. Oh, look at all those dribbles and everything. I don't know if you can see that. But should be able to see this now. Here's what I done did. Now you can see how that color came out. That's my waterfall coming over the edge. The rest of this is just gorgeous, flat, smooth. So we're in good shape. And I'm just gonna grab my little brush here. I just did a whole nice shout out to Mike and Ruthy and the Mammals and John and Catherine Sebastian for their music. So I'll tell you again, John and Catherine celebrated their 51st wedding anniversary. I think it was Saturday, might have been Friday. And at the same time, John had a birthday. So congratulations to them. It's only been 47 years for the wife and I, soon to be 48, I hope. And look at that. Oh, that's gorgeous. So great people, great music. Catherine is a well-known rock and roll photographer. And oops, let's just fix this a little bit. Drag that out. There we go. That's gonna smooth right up. Okay. And John, everybody knows John. And they're just a few miles up the road. Mike and Ruthy are exactly a mile in that direction from me. Well, it's less than a mile through the woods, but it's a mile driveway to driveway. Do a little more touch up here. And so Mike and Ruthy are going on tour beginning of April, and they'll be in Scotland. If you happen to be hanging out over in Scotland, check them out. It's worth the trip. And they're good friends, and they're also clients. I do mushroom logs, some TSI work for them once in a while, cut a few trees here and there, give Mike a little hand with firewood, whatever. And they're good people, great kids, great parents. I got two really nice kids. Let me see if I can, no, I can't do that through the camera. I'm standing on a stool here. There we go. Oops, sorry. Gotta remember to point. It's hard to point the camera and look at what you're doing at the same time, so I apologize for that. I also, in the last clip that didn't happen, put in a good plug for Woodsman Forest Products, just because I'm plugging everybody else except myself. So if you want to look at some of my work, my other stuff, sawmilling capabilities and small property consulting. Oops, I did it again. Small property consulting and furniture I make and some other stuff. There's also a media section for videos. There's a gallery for furniture I've made. There's a sales section for stuff that's available for sale now. That's over at woodsmanforestproducts.com. WOODSMANFORESTPRODUCTS.com. No spaces. And you can put an https:// in front if that's your pleasure. So anyway, there we are. That's a day's work. Another 24 hours for this to cure up. And then we'll see what we got and go on to the next one. Everybody be well. Bye-bye.